With the steal, here Starks with Jordan back, and let's see what the call is. Offensive foul.
So you mentioned, Marv, that he's 3 of 18, but there's a few other things he's done out here on the floor this afternoon to help his team to this 88-65 lead over the New York Knicks.
Starks called for his 4th. Because he was quick, looked like he got scratched by Starks, and he was very upset about it. Starks with his 5th foul, and also called for a technical. And they continue on. Jordan wanted to go at him, and they're trying to calm Starks down. Starks has been thrown out. Starks has been ejected. Michael Jordan also called for a technical, but Starks has been tossed.
Pat Riley wants him to take John Starks out the other way. Instead of going out of the arena, the end that the Knicks normally go out, Pat Riley says just get him downstairs, get him away from the crowd, let him walk underneath the arena back to the Knicks locker room. Reminiscent of when Starks headbutted Reggie Miller and other Knicks had to go after him to restrain him and let him understand how important they need him. He can't get himself thrown out of game. The hard shot there at Jordan in trying to swipe the ball. Michael's got something to say, and then it continues to go from there. After they had broken up initially, now they went back after each other again, and this is where Michael Jordan almost goes after him. Fortunately for Chicago, he's held back. Fortunately for New York, Rivers and Ewing can get the Starks and hold him back.
Good day. Welcome to another episode of Throwing It Back with Sean Farrell. I am Sean Farrell. God is great. All the time. All the time, God is great. Let's not waste no more time. Let's get right to it. So, I want to talk about the New York Knicks under Pat Riley from 1991 through 95. Okay. Ahmad Rashad once said that when Pat Riley got to the Knicks, that team revealed his true personality. Okay. Jeff Van Gundy once said that Los Angeles was Pat Riley's alter ego. Okay. That was his alter ego. But at his heart, Pat Riley is a scrapper. He's a fighter. He's a grinder. Hard worker. And so, that personality began to come out, during the 1989 NBA Finals. Okay. His true personality began to come out. It was in the beginning stages of coming out. Okay. When the Lakers were 11-0 through the first 3 rounds of the playoffs. Okay. The Lakers swept their way through the first, second, and third rounds. Okay. Swept Portland, swept Seattle, swept Phoenix. Okay. So they were 11-0 heading into the NBA Finals. Okay. And so Detroit was still battling Chicago in the East. And the Lakers had days to rest up. Instead of resting up, Pat Riley took them to Santa Barbara. And Pat Riley worked them hard. And there were some who were saying that wasn't necessary, because the 89 Lakers were playing the best ball that they played. Magic was magic. Worthy was worthy. Kareem was playing well. Byron Scott was playing well. AC Green was playing well. The bench, Orlando Woolridge, Michael Thompson, they were all playing well, okay? Which may explain why Byron Scott pulled his hamstring. But Byron Scott suffered a hamstring injury while doing a rebounding drill in Santa Barbara. Yeah, Byron Scott injured his hamstring and didn't play a single minute in the NBA Finals in 1989. Then Magic pulled a hamstring in Game 2, and he was pretty much lost for the series. He did play a little bit in Game 3, but his hamstring was just too bad. So as a result, the Lakers got swept in 4. Okay. And so the ugly 1989-90 season for the Lakers, that's where, quote, Pat Riley's iron will was choking the life out of the 1989-90 roster, okay? They did go 63-19, okay? The Lakers did go 63-19. But more of Riley's New York personality was beginning to come out in his final year in Los Angeles. And so, as a result, they were eliminated in the second round by the Phoenix Suns. Okay. Then he gets hired by the Knicks after the 1990-91 season. And John Starks recalls the first practice. They were doing like running drills, running up and down the court. And Pat Riley had like garbage barrels set up. And they were wondering, and the players were wondering why there were being garbage barrels set up. Well, they soon found out, because while Pat Riley was putting them through drills, players were going over to the can and they were throwing up, okay, because Pat Riley was working them that hard, okay? But when Pat Riley came to the Knicks, he said the following. One of the first things he said, we want to be the best conditioned, hardest working, most professional, intense, most disliked team in the NBA. Okay? Yeah, I think that was pretty much accomplished, man. Because look at the roster he built around Patrick Ewing. Okay? Look at the roster he built around Patrick Ewing. Xavier McDaniel was there for only 1 year. Okay? But Riley's first season, he built that roster primarily around Patrick Ewing. It was more, the Knicks became more of a Sledgehammer image team, okay? With guys like Ewing, Oakley, Mason, guys like Greg Anthony, John Starks, who Pat Riley referred to as Feast or Famine. Just guys like that. Just guys like that who, intense guys who wanted to beat you down and slow the game down. And they faced the Pistons in the first round of the 1992 NBA playoffs, so it was a clash of styles. The end of the Bad Boys, okay, versus Bad Boys 2.0, the New York Knicks, who, in Michael Jordan's words, said they played like the Pistons, okay? In Michael Jordan's words, they played like the Pistons. And it was shown in the second round when they played the Knicks. And it was interesting because I watched Game 7 in which the Bulls won 110-81 in Game 7. Before the game started, Marv Albert mentioned something staggering, okay? He said that the New York Knicks led the playoffs in flagrant fouls. They had 7 flagrant fouls, okay? They had 7 flagrant fouls in the playoffs, okay? They had 7 flagrant fouls in the playoffs, which led to league, okay? 7 flagrant fouls. 5 of those flagrant fouls were against the Bulls, okay? Okay? I kid you not. 5 of those 7 flagrant fouls they committed were against the Bulls. So they had 5 flagrant fouls that series. Okay. That's what I talk about when I said the sledgehammer image that Pat Riley put on the Knicks. Okay. So they had 2 against Detroit and 5 against Chicago. Okay. So yeah, the most disliked team in the NBA. Yeah. Pat Riley made that very, very clear because I absolutely hated the Knicks. As a Bulls fan in the 90s, I absolutely hated the New York Knicks with a passion. Okay? Hated the New York Knicks with a passion. And so it was a sledgehammer image that Pat Riley brought to the Knicks. And it just made the playoff games with the Bulls even that more intense. In 1992, of course, 1993, I can remember Greg Anthony had a flagrant foul against Michael Jordan in Game 2. And they did call a flagrant, and the referees threw out Greg Anthony. The referees ended up throwing out Greg Anthony. And Marv Albert was like, I think the league was upset that when John Starks committed a flagrant foul on Pippen the year before in the 92 playoffs, that the league was upset that Starks was not suspended. Okay. So, of course, that led to fights. I know, remember Stacey King, Patrick Ewing got into a fight. Starks and Pippen got into it. Jordan and Starks got into it. Then, of course, you had the 94 series where JoJo English got into it with Derek Harper. And Derek Harper was suspended for 2 games, I believe. Derek Harper was suspended for 2 games. Okay. So he got 2 games suspension in the playoffs. And so, yeah. It was a sledgehammer image team. Riley put on that roster sledgehammer image guys. Again, Ewing, Oakley, Starks, Anthony Mason. Yeah, sledgehammer image guys who would pound your ass going to the hole. So, yeah. I hated the New York Knicks with a passion, and I loved it when the Bulls beat them every year. I loved it. It was, as Spike Lee said, people love it when any team from New York loses. Spike, you could not have been more right. All right, that's it, and that's all for Throwing It Back with Sean Farrell. I'm out of here. Peace out, y'all. God bless. See y'all in the next one. I'm gone.